Regan Smith has broken her own American record in the 100 backstroke. At the 2024 Speedo Grand Challenge in Irvine, California, we saw some fast swims as many of Bob Bowman's swimmers were in attendance. Regan Smith had some great swims here, clocking personal best times in the 200 free, 100 fly, and 100 back, as well as a season best time in the 200 IM. That is Smith's second time swimming a best time in the 100 fly this year. Her 56.26 at the Grand Challenge undercuts her swim from the Westmont Pro Swim Series by 1/10 of a second. That time ranks Smith as the 5th fastest in the world this season, but just the 3rd fastest American, meaning that if she does make a run at the Olympic team in this event, she'll have to fight for it. But of course, the best news for Regan Smith coming out of this meet is her new American record in the 100 back. Here she swam a 57.51 to slightly better her previous record of 57.57. Looking at her splits, it's pretty clear that Smith tackled this race a little differently. She was out a bit slower, but used that saved energy to come back even faster, making up the difference and then some. Her previous best time of 57.57 of course comes from the 2019 World Championships, leading off the 400 medley relay. When Smith swam that time, it became the world record and was the first time that a swim under 58 seconds in the 100 back was ever achieved. That record would stand for 2 years, before Australia's Kaylee McEwen broke it at the 2021 Australian Olympic Trials with the 57.45. McEwen recently broke that record at the Budapest stop of the World Swimming Cup, setting a new standard of 57.33. That means that despite swimming a new American record in the event, Smith still only ranks 2nd in the world this season, as the world record sits atop the number 1 spot. Comparing Smith's splits to McEwen's world record swim, we can see that McEwen is still the much more prominent back half swimmer, even with Smith's improvements in that area. Smith would have been out a few hundreds quicker on the first 50 before being run down over the back half. But this swim represents a very positive sign for Regan Smith's backstroke. After setting world records in both the 100 and 200 backstrokes in 2019, Regan Smith won the bronze medal in the event in Tokyo with the 58.03 and failed to qualify for the US Olympic team in the 200 back. The next year at the 2022 World Championships, Smith won the world title in the 100 back in a 58.22 after swimming a 57.65 in semifinals, but once again missed the American team in the 200 back. But after switching teams to train with Bob Bowman in Arizona and now in Texas, Smith's backstroke has been on an upward swing. Last year, Smith qualified for the world's team in both backstrokes and broke 2:04 in the 200 backstroke for the first time since 2019 when she set the world record. And at that year's Worlds won triple silvers in all 3 backstrokes as she battled Kaylee McEwen in some pretty close races. And now Regan Smith's arc in the backstroke since joining Bowman has landed us here, with her first personal best in the 100 or 200 back since her stunning performances in 2019. It's clear that the women's 100 back is shaping up to be one of the most cutthroat races at this year's Olympics in Paris. Only 3 women have ever broken 58 seconds in the 100 back, and all 3 of them have done so this season. Kaylee McEwen still remains on top of the world with her world record-breaking swim from October, and many swim fans are expecting that record to be pushed even lower very soon at the Australian Olympic Trials in early June. But this swim from Smith shows that she's in her best form as well, and is ready to push McEwen in a head-to-head race. And with Kylie Moss entering the ring with her own 57-second swim from Canadian Olympic Trials, she could be a spoiler if anyone is off their game in Paris. I still think that McEwen is the favorite for Olympic gold in both backstrokes this Olympics, but I don't think that she's an absolute lock, and it could very likely take a world record to win. McEwen owns the 4 fastest swims in the history of the event, as well as 8 out of the top 10. If anyone is going to challenge her, they better be at their absolute peak. Who do you have winning the event in Paris? And how fast do you think both Smith and McEwen will be at their respective Olympic trials coming up? Let me know down below.